It's the show!
Alright. Oi, oi! How's it going? Looking lovely. Guten Tag, buongiorno. Labas, manovadas tomas. How do you do? Salam. Nin hao. Angyang. Namaste, motherfuckers. Hola. Mahaba. Watch it, girl. Bonsoir. Aloha. Greetings. Hello. Aloha, whatever. I haven't got a proper hello word for this. I'm going to have to edit one in.
A hello word?
Yeah, I have a different hello word every time, and this is the first time I fucked it up.
Right.
Have you said aloha?
Let me check the list. Hang on.
So we've got a list of hello words, but we don't have a list of whiskies.
I do.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Oh.
Bonjour. 0-1-0-0-1-0-0-1-0-0-1-0-0-1-0-0-1-0-0-1-1-1-1-1. Bok. Howdy. Hey up. Do the voodoo that you do so well. Top of the morning. Xin chao, motherfuckers. And happy birthday to us.
Yay!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the birthday special.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're actually recording this intro on the Pot Topic podcast anniversary of its first release.
Is that today?
It is the 15th of Feb.
Ah, brilliant.
So we're going to be chucking this up very quickly after editing it.
Can you honestly believe we've been at this bullshit for a year now?
I can't believe people are still listening.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's been quite a year.
It's been a fun year.
It has.
It's been a very fun year.
And the podcast has provided some of the most entertaining moments of it for me, anyway.
And a lot of that is just the stories we tell. And so we'd like to share with you today a long, long list of some of our favourite moments. Probably run over just about an hour and a half, I reckon. Yeah.
Sit back and enjoy.
And
it's mostly cock.
It is.
And
it's mainly genitals,
yeah. It's all genitals. But, guess what? Genitals are well funny.
Your genitals are funny. So, yeah, enjoy, guys. Thank you very much for listening, and may we keep recording many, many more, and hopefully you'll listen to us.
Yay!
Thank you, everyone.
So next up is one of my suggestions.
Yes, it is. You can tell it's one of yours.
I remember laughing recording it, and I remember listening back to it to do with the show notes and just laughing even harder. This is vaginal blood farts.
Vaginal blood farts.
From issue 19. Yeah,
19.
In fact, we ended up naming the episode, the issue after it. Shoot it up your chuff.
Yeah. It was great to hear. My sister does like to shoot up her shaft. A lot of things up her shaft. It's one of my highlights from this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Sit back, enjoy, and get I love that we got to hear from head transplants.
Yeah, it was a Freaky Friday moment that turns into ball buffer at the end somehow. So Kel, if you were to wake up and you just
she's been transplanted onto an octopus. She'll be perfectly happy.
No. If your brain was on mine body and my brain was on yours,
your head on.
what would you do?
What are we talking? Brain or head? We're talking about head.
Your brain would be in my body. It's Freaky Friday, motherfucker. It's
you
Freaky
trying to ask her
Friday.
out?
No, it's Freaky Friday right now.
I think that's what's going on.
But we live in each other's brains anyway.
Yeah, true.
Do you know what? In that situation,
If you were in my body, what was the first thing you would do?
He's standing up
on a trampoline.
Oh no! Yes.
To be fair, that is the first thing I do when I wake up. Naked, drum and bass dance on a trampoline, wiggle it about a bit.
Do a bit of a cartwheel.
There we go.
Hit yourself in the face.
Yeah, black eye.
Yes.
There's two.
If I woke up in Kel's body, the first thing I do is log loads of foods.
No!
Kel likes to track her diet.
I'd track everything, but I'd eat like me.
I'm eating
Just to laugh.
Yeah, just to laugh.
I'm eating Newcastle's supply of lard right now.
God.
So in that particular scenario, step number 1 for me is actually finding out what the whole big whoop about the clitoris is, because I'm
Oh
assured
my god,
they're fantastic.
No, yeah, okay.
So I would absolutely
Okay.
have to visit that immediately.
You
Yeah.
do realise it's
Yeah.
just a penis inside of a woman.
No, it's not.
I just love the
No,
idea
it's
of a
not,
big
Ben.
whoop being the
Fucking
orgasm noise.
read a book, damn it. The clitoris is so much bigger than just a little nubbin.
Like,
16
I know, it's
components.
That's why I said inside.
I've trained
yeah,
myself to have multiples, but like a clitoris would be good.
Dude, that needs to be a whole topic podcast. Tom teaches you.
Step number 2 would be I read a Reddit thread recently about odd physical sensations that the other sex can never possibly understand. And there was this one thing that a couple of women agreed on. It's like this thing where sometimes you fart and rather than coming out the back,
Yes!
it rolls up into your vagina.
Oh yeah, I only found out about that a couple of weeks ago.
You just got to position
You
your
have to
hips,
rock.
right?
And you're in the office and you have to just kind of cover it a bit like, I'm just doing this.
Okay. Can I just ask? So, if you're having a sneaky one, you need to let rip, basically.
I thought you meant masturbate.
No,
A sneaky one.
sneaky one. Lock the door. You know.
You got to tilt the pelvis.
So basically, if you're having a fart and you think, I don't want to get caught with this one, do you ever shoot it up your chuff?
Oh, it's a horrible feeling. It's a horrible
Oh, sorry, Chris. Did I break you then?
Kel disagrees.
Sorry, our audience
and-
just
and-
creased.
and Chris has self-imploded in the corner
So
Kel, do you ever shoot it straight up your
with,
chuff?
with this question.
and so there's a second
I
thing.
just told someone at work about this podcast today.
Bromley Council, Kel shoots it up her chuff.
So Beth doesn't and Kel does.
I'll cut that.
But
No,
It
won't.
takes all sorts,
No,
Andy.
it
It
won't.
takes all sorts.
clearly, Bev,
You
you've
put all
experienced this
sorts
at
on your
some point.
chuff.
I've heard that about her.
Bertie Bassett.
That's my sister, Ryan Spirit running true.
So the other thing I want to explore is like number 3 is there's an extension to this, which was described as the vaginal blood fart, which is doing this when you're on your period.
No, I don't think I've ever done that.
I know exactly what
Halloween.
She wasn't talking to the mic, so you may have missed that. But Kel said, "I know exactly what you mean."
It's Halloween. Woo. Vaginal blood farts.
Vaginal blood farts. They're a thing.
Spooky thing you've ever heard of in your life.
Is that going to be the name of this topic podcast? Vaginal,
Make it
vaginal
happen,
blood
Taryn.
clot.
You know what? I can't wait for people to listen to this issue because I know that several people listen to it on the way to work. They're gonna be listening to that whilst
all
on
right.
the tube.
No, if you are listening to this,
and then suddenly they're going to be rocking backwards and forwards trying it out.
if you are listening to this on the tube on the way to work, or any mode of transport on the way to work,
Look at all the women on the
Please.
carriage.
I wonder
Just make
which
sure
one of
What
them.
way is that pelvis
first of all,
tilted?
yeah, look at everyone on the carriage that's female and know they've done it at some point in their life, and giggle to yourself. And then the first person you meet when you walk into work, just ask them.
Yeah,
Even if it's the CEO.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Have
Oh,
you
God,
ever heard of the
that-
phenomenon vaginal blood farts?
oh, what a realization! The idea that pretty much every woman in the world has at some point farted on their own vagina.
They're very
I'm gonna
close.
bear that. In.
Next topic.
It-
Next fucking topic.
You farted on your own penis.
Oh no,
No.
we get a
No.
different.
I might,
No,
we
I
get a
might-
different
I
thing.
might-
No,
I
we
might
have-
I
we
might
have ball
farted-
buffer.
Yeah,
We
we
have
have
ball
ball
buffer.
on their balls.
Oh, of course. I
So-
forgot
so-
about them.
You forgot about the balls.
Never
Never forget about the balls.
So sometimes I make mistakes on this podcast.
Don't we all?
It tends to start with the whiskey.
Yes,
or
it does.
The couple of beers before the bottle of whiskey, and then leads to me getting so fucking drunk.
I mean, this was only a couple of minutes after the shoot it up your chuff incident.
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes. I've gone from being that point of drunk where you're very good at snooker, bowling, and doing podcasting.
Allegedly, yeah.
And then suddenly to the point where,
You just,
holy shit, I'm just talking absolute bollocks.
I don't know. Do we even introduce it? This one speaks for itself. It ran as its own joke for a while.
May I?
Yeah, go for it.
This clip is Tom eats all the pussy.
We got there from a puck of fermented fish.
Yeah, Ricard, thank you. You're to blame.
Okay, cool. So, Ricard's question is, Surströmming.
I don't know what that means.
Surströmming. Surströmming is fantastic. Surströmming is basically, it's a puck. It's a canned puck of fermented fish.
Oh, so the stuff you can't open.
You can't open in buildings, and you're not supposed to open until it's degraded to such a point that the can has bulged with the gas.
Yeah, I've got an opinion on this.
Yep.
Yeah, not going to eat it.
I am well going to eat it.
I'm not going to eat it.
Darren!
I well enjoyed fermented shark in Iceland.
I will give it a go.
You hate fish!
I will give it a
I
go.
fucking love fish, Holly.
I love fish
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
would
let's do
never
it.
do it.
I will try it.
You have to, Ricard,
Okay.
you have divided our
can-
friendships.
You can all eat it, but you can do it out there in the park.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it in your bed.
I'm going to open it in your house.
Oh no, don't.
Exactly. There you go.
So I mean, I'd be well up for eating something. You're not allowed to eat inside.
I'd be interested in seeing like what a can of it is like and how bulgy it really gets.
I can tell you right now, disgusting. That's exactly what it's like.
I mean,
But it is,
Before you open it.
but it is a
Chris has
national
an opinion.
delicacy.
Chris has an opinion.
Chris has an opinion. Quick, Chris has an opinion.
Oh,
my
don't
God,
move the
quick.
mic, don't move the mic. That's horrible.
Oh, move the Chris. He has an opinion. Whoa.
That's still moving the mic.
All I said was, Andy, she thinks your bulge is disgusting.
Totally worth it.
She's wrong.
Audience burn, motherfucker.
Is surströmming the opposite of eating pussy?
I don't know.
In the
Define.
sense that it's
Because
awful and disgusting.
surströmming you have
yes.
to do outside.
I have a
And-
feeling that the opposite of eating pussy is not eating pussy.
And it's disgusting.
Or sucking cock.
I think.
I thought you were the science guy, man.
No, sucking cock isn't the opposite of eating pussy.
Nah. It's
They
pretty
could
much
be
the same
parallel.
thing.
I don't know. Licking a bald man's head might be the opposite of eating pussy.
that makes my tongue hurt.
I'm sorry.
How vigorously do you? lick
Really,
bald
Tom? Are
man's
you going to be
head?
surprised at that? Coming from Kel, the idea that she may lick a bald man's head.
No.
And dislike it.
Because I know you're paying because I've eaten a lot of pussy.
Tom, that just got recorded.
Oh, I so wish I was the one editing this.
Whereas I am, so yay me.
Motherfucker, you better leave that in, or I will destroy you.
There's no way I'm leaving that
You
in.
are leaving that
I
in.
ain't leaving that shit in for gold dust. No.
No.
way.
Tom,
Yes,
don't you dare take that out. Do not.
It's
Do
so
not.
gonna be
Alright, it's
in.
left in. It's left in.
Perfect.
One host we've not had on this show quite enough, in my opinion,
Is
is our friend Alex.
he's always
He's always really quiet.
yep, and then he'll provide just a moment of absolute horror or wonder.
He adds the one thing that none of the rest of the podcast hosts can add is just sheer abject horror and disgust from everyone else in the room.
There are a number of moments that we could bring to bear here, but the one again, this is one of the first things I thought of was this is Radiator Girl. This is from issue number 6. Angry Sheep and Asthmatic Pigeons, and the question has been the most romantic thing you've ever done. I started off about sort of talking about going out and getting everything my wench needed to help her with the hangover.
Yeah.
You spoke about going to a gay club and ending up with a girlfriend and then going picking flowers in the rain.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Oh, God, how did Thank you, Alex.
And then, we started off because it's funny enough anyway. This starts off with Diola talking about one of his most romantic moments.
Of course.
And then Alex comes completely out of left field and gives me it's personally one of my favourite 2 minutes of the entire year.
Yeah, there's nothing like a topic that starts with love and joy. It leads to Disney and disgust, and then just actually one of the Saw films. So
enjoy.
Yeah, have fun.
I'm drunk and talking to myself in the mirror.
Tail top.
I've got it all over his face.
Lovely. But after this night, we've kind of met up with some of our friends and kind of just like in the drunken loveliness, be like, how are you two? No, we're lovely. We're actually now like a thing. Oh, that's good. And carry on getting drunk, and then we kind of get back to mine. And it's all lovely, and this is lovely, and kind of. It starts to feel a little bit poorly.
Oh, yeah.
I've had a really nice night. And this dude, man, tiny little thing, vomit like a demon. And it's like, this is really nice. Oh, at which point I was just like, you're really, really nice. Rub back.
I'm just so happy.
Romantic.
That is actually a little bit romantic. That's fine.
I've got one that's it's an absolute heart melter. I mean, I've been I've been seeing this girl for at least 3 days. I mean that's
one of his longest relationships.
What's her name? That girl. That's
well,
enough.
I didn't ask. That's how long. That's how long she'd been handcuffed to the radiator. It was on the third day. You know, I was being nice, a real gentleman. You know, feeding her. You know, changing her when she made a mess. And,
You see what I mean about the imbalance now? You get anagrams, Stevie, anagrams.
It was on the third day when she finally acknowledged me. The first time she looked at me, even said anything. She said, "Can I have another sandwich, please?"
That's hot.
So I knew, I love you. She loves my sandwiches. So that's when I knew. It was forever.
Well, in her case, definitely.
Well,
debatably.
She's still there.
Alex, thank you for telling the best story on this podcast. It was completely fictional. I hope.
Right, new topic?
Yes, Alex.
Just so I'm not going to follow that with any means of narrative, but we did just find out that Beth and I went.
Coming up next is one of Andy's suggestions for his favourite moments, which came from one of Dave Vincent's questions.
Okay.
Which he stole off Richard Herring's emergency question.
Yes, I know what you're talking about now.
It's the would you rather a 6 foot penis as a person or a dude who has has a little man for his dick? The question itself is pretty ridiculous as it is.
Yeah.
And we just we just roll with it.
We roll with it. We wrestle with it. We garrote it to death.
But I know one of your favourite parts of this isn't so much like the whimsy. It's the fact that you ask like the artist of a song. And then Andy comes in a few minutes later, completely out, just completely out of the wing.
Yeah,
and this just drops it in.
We're going to name this clip Duck Sauce.
Okay, so
thank you, Sophie. Next topic.
Dave Vincent with an emergency question.
Hello, Dave. Thank you very much.
Oh, I know what this question is.
Blatantly stolen from Richard Herring. Would you rather date a man who is a 6 foot penis? Or a man with a tiny man in in place of his penis?
The latter. You can always put the tiny man up your bum.
Thank you, Dave. Next topic.
Can't put a 6-foot penis up there.
Can't do it.
Want to bet?
Yes, I do.
Right, excuse us, ladies.
Do you, Kel? Do you want to bet?
Excuse us, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a bet to settle. Be right back. Musical interlude.
I mean, like, what's everyone else's feeling? Oh, because the problem is, the one problem with this question is that, yes, although you could stick the tiny little man up wherever you want to put him, and especially if you could put it in a sensitive place, you could just get him to wave his arms around, and that'd be lovely. But he'd also talk to you.
I think that'd be hilarious.
Oh my God, it would, wouldn't it?
I think I'd feel sorry for him.
When he has an erection, do you think he just has to stand up?
Maybe that's the problem.
All this is reminding me is that music video, Wolf.
Oh shit, yeah.
Who's that by?
I don't know.
Shit. Good luck, guys. Look that up.
I'm just thinking, like, if you did have a little man for a penis, then you would have to, like, they would probably badger you into buying memory foam pants after a while, because otherwise you'd just be dealing with a penis with, like, crippling back problems.
Or you just have to get like loose trousers so you can just kind of hold on to the front of your trousers and just peer over so you can see what's going on.
Oh, like a little pouch baby.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it'd be like a Joey.
Yeah. Oh no. It would shout about you.
Just as you're walking by, mind your own business. It's looking elsewhere going, fit!
Oh no, imagine if it was you, this little trouser deodorant.
Pretty! Oh, would your little man dick just like catcall constantly? It's like, all right, my size, how you going? Shut up! And then you hit yourself in the dick, which of course hurts him, but also you, because it is still your dick. And it'd have a brain. Oh God, could you imagine if you had a dick concussion?
My dick. Don't let it sleep. Just keep it going. Just wank it off constantly until it feels better.
How would you wank it?
I'll show you later.
Tickle its nose.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Thank you, Dave, for this topic. It is pure whimsy.
I know, it's good. It's like...
It's my favourite kind of Z.
If you ever really wanted to come quickly, you just get your little man dick to look at the light. Okay, so I think that's man dick covered. Let's discuss this 6-foot penis option.
Let's.
Can you imagine it like bumbling down the road with a tuba following it?
Can you imagine every time you hugged it, it would get immediately turgid at high speed and just flick you away. It's like, oh, how is it, Peenie Man? Bang! Knocked off a Blackfriars Bridge.
So is this 6-foot dick? Is it 6 foot erect or?
Is it?
Good question.
Is it a grower or a shower?
Blood cock or meat cock? Yes. Good. Oh,
Diola's thinking about this way too hard. I'm sorry. I'm looking at Diola, and all I can see is him staring off into the distance,
Like if you
really considering this.
Tickle him, does he turn 7 foot?
This is it. I mean, like, if it is a grower, how much does it grow by?
Oh my God, could be huge.
Okay.
Oh my God, is that what the shard is?
Oh, don't even get me started on the fucking shard. I fucking hate that building.
I love it. It's brilliant.
It's such a stupid building.
Why do you hate it?
Because it points at the sky. That's why she hates it. Because it goes, oh look up, it's the sky. Oh look, it's been there all the time. No. I've had this conversation with her.
Kel, is this in fact the reason why you hate the shards?
Yes.
Oh my God, that argument is so invalid. Wait, does that mean that you hate all chimneys?
No, but the shard.
But they point at the sky.
The shard is just like, it's really intrusive and fuck
No,
it.
it's not.
Wank. It's absolute wank.
I love it.
I
don't mind it. I feel no way either way.
Oh, that's it, Kel. I need to take you up the shards.
I think we've done that already.
Just say we've time travelled.
No, you never let me.
Can we have the next topic, please?
No. We're not done with the 6 foot penis yet. Now, let's take it as precedent. When most men talk about their penis, oh, I'm so many inches. They usually talk about it.
Oh, this 6 foot is going to be
solid.
3 inches.
And they're usually talking about it solid because that's when it's useful. That's when it matters. So I reckon when he says 6 foot penis, it is 6 foot turgid. Which, let's say, like, when he's feeling a bit sad or cold, like, he shrivels down, he sort of slumps over to maybe
He just thinks of his favourite things and everything doesn't feel so bad.
If you got, like, a mini trampoline and just hugged it and jumped.
You'd make a mess.
That...
Be like a fountain on the top of his head.
Do you know what would happen? what like, how that would finish is, like, at one point, you would land on the trampoline and slip over. I mean, could you imagine though if he didn't want to walk around turgid, so he just like as an entity, every time you walk past him in London, he was just walking along, just slumped over, going, "Don't think of Margaret Thatcher. No, think of Margaret Thatcher. Think of Margaret Thatcher. Think of Margaret Thatcher."
Baseball.
Oh,
come on, next topic, Dave. Thank you very much. This is awful radio. Come on.
No, it's not.
It is the way we've interpreted it.
No, because do you know? No, we've done the question perfectly well. What we didn't do is answer. Would we rather?
Okay, around the room then.
You did. That was the first thing you said.
Yeah, little man.
Well, that's the first thing I said.
I like the little man penis.
Yeah, little man penis.
I think that sounds fun.
No, I think a 6 foot man cock sounds more
What is this saying
fun.
about each of us?
Oh my god, you could fist it right through the top of its skull.
Already, like, the man penis thing, the tiny little man for a penis, has had about 30 seconds worth of jokes. The 6 foot penis has had several instances where it'd be more fun.
All right, let's talk about the little man penis a little while longer.
No, fuck off.
Could you?
Duck sauce was the wolf.
Thank you. Look it up on YouTube. Duck sauce, is it Big Bad Wolf?
Yeah.
Is the name of the song? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That song.
It's a video where all the men in the video have a face where their penis should be.
The big bad wolf.
And so do women.
The Big Bad Wolf.
Yeah, the women do as well, don't they?
Yeah.
It's very funny. Watching a face ejaculate is just hilarious. Brushing the teeth of your cock face as well. That's pretty good.
My word, if you were fucked by a little man penis, you can get it to yodel inside you. That'd be fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I hate to say this is the last episode of Pot Topic Podcast because we have performed crimes against whimsy.
Shut up, Tom. They love it.
When Tom asks me, what's your favourite part of Pot Topic Podcast so far? Because of the amount of alcohol that we've all consumed on this podcast.
Still consuming it.
And still consuming it. Chin chin, my love. Chin chin. I put that down to poor memory and started from the very beginning, a very good place to start. So.
You did. No. Let me just explain this to the listeners. You went well above the Call of Duty.
You say above the Call of Duty. I'm not doing it for anyone else. I just can't remember any of the episodes. I remember the stories we're saying, but I don't know what episode they were on.
So the way I record podcasts is as people are talking, as we draw out topics, I will write down the topic name. When I'm editing, I will be listening back, simultaneously editing and writing down tags.
Yeah.
So meta tags for what's actually coming up in the issue. What you've done is go back to the very first episode and listen to them and write notes on every single episode. That's well above the Call of Duty, mate.
No, I just don't want to miss anything. I know there are amazing stories in the more recent episodes, but do you know what? Let's just put this down to a little bit of historical context and have a little bit of a best of from the very beginning.
Yeah, go for it.
In episode 2, they are they called episodes or issues? I still
Issues,
haven't
bitch.
fucking learned that. Jesus. So, issue 2. This is a window into the building blocks and into the lessons learned that make up us potters.
Oh, right. I like the fact that, oh, God, are we called potters now?
I really don't like that term, but I couldn't think of anything else that quickly. So basically, this clip has great whimsy, cult references, and alliterations, which means, you know, we must be somewhat educated, right? If we know all of those different terms. But I have to preface this, I called this clip in quotation marks because this is exactly what Taz said.
Go for it.
Menstrual porn would be a gift.
Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy menstrual blood.
Menstrual porn would be
a gift.
Enjoy.
For the bloodiest film I've ever seen, I've got to go to the realms of porn.
I was going to say it's got to be some menstrual porn if you're putting your hand.
It's not.
No?
No, menstrual porn would be a gift. Now, I've got,
and I'm sure there has been many a birthday and Christmas that you have seen menstrual porn.
I've got to preface this. This came at a time where sort of you kind of start discovering all the free porn sites, and then you find something extreme, and then you go, oh, that was interesting, and then, oh, that's even more extreme. Oh, that's also more extreme, and you kind of reach this point where you stop wanking, and you just kind of.
Basically, you've just come.
You stop wanking and start taking notes.
You have that. One to do with the wenchy.
Well, I do hope you bought a spoon.
We've got lumps of it around the back.
Don't worry, darling. I have a tea strainer.
You like. In this development, you've stopped wanking a long time ago, and you are watching purely out of fascination. And you're just kind of going from one film to another, just kind of stepping up the extremity, and just kind of, at a point, just marveling at, I don't know, would you call it sort of athleticism and dramatics that these kind of...
It's the same thing you get when you watch the Olympics. It's just... That's what humans are capable of.
Yes, right, yeah, exactly.
I really was wondering where you were going with that.
The anus is an amazing organ.
So this,
all right, Mum.
This came off a site which I won't name because I don't particularly want to be attached to. I don't know if it exists anymore.
YouTube.
When
PewDiePie just got it straight up him.
I discovered this site through 4chan, and eventually it got taken down by the FBI, and I didn't visit it after that because I realised that perhaps probably shouldn't be watching it. However, this
kiddie porn is basically what you're saying.
It was not kiddie porn.
Okay.
Kiddie porn also would have been a blessing. No, what it was a 5-minute video, and it started off with a Japanese girl, her hands and legs bound down to the corners of a hard concrete floor, and she's just writhing around for a couple of minutes, and then the other 4 minutes are just men taking turns in pouring cow viscera over her.
Oh no!
This was the entirety of the porn. There was nothing overtly sexual about it. It was just a girl tied down to concrete, being covered in cow guts. Wow. And I think that's probably the bloodiest film I've ever seen.
And Terminator 6 has never been the same again.
And you...
I know now why you
Please
cry.
tell me... Brilliant. Bovine bonus stories. That's what I like. Okay.
Many times in our Pot Topic lives, the apocalypse comes up. Now,
every other week, mate.
Dude, it is ridiculous. And do you know what? The people that submit topics obviously aren't sick of it because they keep doing a similar thing. Or are we interpreting it in an apocalypse way?
I reckon everyone in the first week of listening will send in an apocalypse topic. And we just draw it out random. So it just spaced out every other issue. We end up with the apocalypse story.
Precisely. This clip was in episode 3. Issue 3.
Issue
3. Issue 3. And it's possibly the worst apocalypse you could ever imagine. this won't be the last time that Morrissey comes up. It won't be the last time the apocalypse comes up.
Definitely not.
But we peak early on one of our first of many apocalypse scenarios, and this might be the worst one that comes up. If you're having a bad day, be happy in the knowledge that not all of your life is Morrissey.
And also, not all of this is to do with apocalypse, because the apocalypse chat actually lasts about 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
And then leads into a fucking 5-minute rant about Morrissey. So, listeners, belt up, buckle up, whatever, shut up. Listen to this. Morrissey rant.
Oh, well, I mean, if we're being creative about it, like, the ultimate apocalypse would be 95% of the world turns into Morrissey.
No reproduction ever happens.
And I have chainsaws for arms.
You spin me right.
Oh, God, no, that's the worst. Do you know what? I think I'm just gonna have a wank. Oh, fuck!
Tom, I just got to call you up on that. Did we say Morrissey and you sang Dead or Alive?
No, he said he had chainsaws for arms, and I just spin him around with chainsaws, like clotheslining them.
Well done. That was deeper than even that I, being myself,
being so deep and humble,
being so very, very, very humble and deep.
It was almost like a previous wanking joke that wasn't explained.
The fact of the matter,
the best joke to explain. Yes.
While I personally while I don't really wish Morrissey any real harm, because I don't really wish.
I do. I really.
When I don't really wish anyone any real harm.
I sincerely do. I really hope he gets harmed horribly.
You know you work in the music industry.
If there's 7 billion of him, all bets are off.
He is a terrible, awful, very malignant tumour that is growing on the very side of the worst, most painful side of the music industry, and I'm prepared to say that. Mic drop!
Absolutely. He's a talentless, warbly, asexual cunt bucket of a man.
Yeah. I'm loving this show.
But he's just one person. So
no, he's not one person. He encompasses his fandom, which is a terrible fuckhole of humanity. It is the very depths of terribleness. He started in the Smiths and then descended into the state of basically Belson times infinity. He is actually his own concentration camp against humanity, and he begins with him.
Yeah, but what about Putin's face?
No, I agree.
Like a roasted potato.
Morrissey is Phil Collins times Hitler.
No, Phil Collins has...
Divided by Genghis Khan.
I'm sorry, but Phil Collins has some musical ability. I was once stuck... this is before hipster happened, okay? I was stuck in a house party.
I was there before hipster happened.
I was into hipster before hipster was even popular or even existed. I was there. I was there at a house party, and it came to that point at 3 a.m. when those that were still awake, which is divided very concisely between 2 sets of people: the ones that are A, on drugs, B, idiots. Okay? Okay, I was there waiting in the sitting room for something incredible to happen, and the idiots, put on the best of the Smiths, and they all sang along in the Morrissey voice, and it was and it spurned the point where News Thump, I think it was, Daily Mash, that even Morrissey's cat thinks he's a dickhead.
Bravo. So, apocalypse stories.
That sounds apocalyptic.
This next clip is more of an insight into our lives and somewhat proof that we are extremely close. And whilst that's lovely, we might be a little bit too close. This one is sexclamations.
Yeah, this one it involves hosts that sleep with other hosts that no longer sleep with hosts.
It's a maze of limbs.
Maze of incestuous limbs, yeah. A lot of weird games that we used to play. We are a bunch of gamers. Obviously, you and Hal aren't big gamers, but the rest of us fucking are.
But
so
we also
everything
like
we do
our
in
cult
life.
stuff, so we're referencing a lot of cult stuff.
It's
whilst in the most intimate moments of our lives, we're still referencing those cult movies and the cult games.
It's movie references.
Yeah.
Made a game to do with the most primal act known to nature. So There we go.
Enjoy.
This is Sexclamations.
Yeah.
Post-coital traditions.
Okay, so do you know what, Taz? Do you want to leave off and explain why we had an ongoing game with this?
The climactic sexclamations.
Sexclamations or climactic expletives. They were as well at some point.
Fire, many names. But the thing, like the idea of the game is, as you come, you shout something ridiculous.
And every time you manage to get it done, and, well, every time you manage to shout something ridiculously stupid at the end of sex...
This is when we lived in together. It got put on the side of the fridge.
Put on the side of the fridge. And the winner was the person who hit the floor first. And it was a double...
Me!
Yeah, no, Taz won that one. It was a fridge freezer, so it was like 6 feet tall. And there were some great ones on there. There was... Arnie quotes seemed to be brilliant for that. Coming and shouting, "Who is your daddy and what does he do?"
Well, it all started when that brief time.
Come with me if you want to live.
You've got to make it to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
It started off by me. Sort of, I was aping Family Guy, and I was with one of our mates who shall remain nameless for the time being. And just because it was a lot of fun, and we just kind of there was a lot of laughter between us. I thought it'd be perfectly okay to finish off by going Shazam! And then sort of, as I told this story, it kind of caught on.
Yeah.
And then we moved in together and it became this game.
It became a fucking everything with us becomes a fucking game.
Oh, there was so many on the side of that fridge.
Disney quotes were a good one, like Pinocchio, "I'm a real boy," and the point of coming was
Thank you.
the best one I ever heard Taran doing. So I'm in the living room, and Taz and Kel at that point, you're right, were together, and they were upstairs. And all I hear is sex noises, whatever. I'm playing my Xbox, fuck it. And carry on, and all of a sudden I just hear, Thomas Ryan. Thomas Ryan.
Thomas Ryan!
Followed by
That's my name, and he's shouting it whilst coming.
Yeah, he got pushed off of the bed really hard that night.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
What else? I came up with the Tony Blair, which was education. And I also came up with the Nixon, which this has to be done doggy style. You have to have like V for victory fingers held up either side, and you just have to go, "I am not a crook," as you come.
So you can, listeners, take this game away and send us in your favourite
climactic
exclamations. You have to do it in order to send it in to us.
I was still quite proud of my one.
Oh God, no! Kel completely misinterpreted the game.
No, when?
When you did the Darth Ferengi.
Darth Ferengi? I went for the prequel, mate.
No, you never shout a sexclamation before sex.
So if anyone's seen Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, there's a lovely intro, and following the intro, he sort of says, "I'm Garth Marenghi, and you are now entering my dark place."
Say that before sex.
Yeah, he walked out on me.
Of course he fucking...
Do you know what? If you haven't got a sense of humour, I'm not interested, so...
You didn't hear from him again, did you?
I did not!
This was possibly the best game we've ever played together. It was so much fun.
I've got a few saved up that no one else has now to use their mine. Yeah. They think it's all over. It is now. Barry Scott from Sell It Bang. Bang! And the dirt is gone.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a really, really fun game, guys. Join in.
It's just very, very solemnly, like, winter is coming.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
But other than that, I don't think I've ever had a post-coital tradition.
No,
there was the famous thing that came up on Mumsnet, wasn't there, with the penis speaker?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Do you dunk?
Did everyone hear about this?
Yeah.
Did you hear about this, Alex?
No. What?
Explain it for the listeners.
It was this thread that came up in the forum, Mumsnet, and this woman sort of casually mentioned the penis speaker, and what it turned out, like, people, everyone else was exactly as confused and asked her to explain, and so she explained, well, like, I've only ever been with my husband. That's the only person I've ever been with, and he keeps a glass of water. We keep a glass of water next to the bed, so that once we're done having sex, he rolls over and just dunks his penis just to give it a quick clean off, and then puts it back on the side. And everyone else is just like, what? And then she also told a story about how one time somebody drank from the penis beaker.
Of course that's inevitable. You're tempting fate at that point.
Yes, absolutely. If it wasn't going to be one of your friends, it would have been one of your children.
Oh, fucking no. Taste your siblings.
Daddy or chips?
Chips every fucking time. Chips.
But yeah, I personally don't have any.
I used to listen to a podcast
apart from just grabbing a towel.
Yeah, that tends to be the easy one. Like, there was a podcast back in the day called Geek Drone, and it was hosted by a couple of nerds. It was a video podcast when they were actually a thing. So one of the hosts had this story where he was basically fucking his girlfriend, and he turned away literally milliseconds from coming and just went back to comics and just started reading the comics. I may have tried that on a couple of girls and it's worked quite fucking well.
Well, how does that work well?
Because they just fucking laugh at you.
I think girls have more of a sense of humour for that sort of thing than guys do. Guys take sex far too seriously.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Aside from you guys.
You up for talking about the scoop and slap?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Oh god.
I don't want to tell the story.
No, please do. It sounds better coming from you.
Taz, it's your story to tell. Go for it.
So Kel has a manoeuvre that she occasionally pulls on gentlemen callers.
That sounds fun.
Any bloke walking across the street.
It's you there. It's all right, Kel. It's impossible to make this story sound any worse. What she does is, after all is said and done, and there's been the climax, and like the feathers rolled off and all aligned together. The manoeuvre consists of her throwing a hand down, scooping up what has been deposited, and then slapping them with it.
And that's why she's one of the boys. Fucking right.
There's a lot of people that don't like that.
So, Viola, you just, reminded me of the most brilliant end of sex story ever.
For fuck's sake. Right. Me and an ex-partner were doing the dirty, and once I had
ejaculated!
Once I had expired.
Once I'd perished.
Petit de mort.
Once I've expelled.
What was I bequeathed?
My partner decided to take the remnants whilst I was in quite a happy state of bliss, and on my forehead drew a line and just went, Simba.
Dude got Simbas. That is my favourite sex move ever because it has a personal connection.
I was so very upset whilst laughing.
I actually can't go into the Disney store anymore because the last time me and Tom walked into the Disney store, the first thing we hear as we walk in is, "Nah, de benya."
Yeah.
And I died on the floor laughing.
We both creased up.
Slightly more geeky version of that. This came from Dave, who we know through my cousin Darren, and he came up with the Altair.
Oh God!
Which is once you're done, you scoop up some of the cum and then
You pass it over their eyes and recite Resquiet and Pace.
So, post-coital, anything post-coital?
No, I don't really have any. I don't really have.
I once got told to fuck off after I came.
Cab money's on the side cabinet. Fuck off, man.
That might be the way forward, you know.
It
Yeah, go. Done.
Done now.
Finish, go.
All gone.
we were having a really fucking good mutual wank, and like,
hello, Diola's mum.
Love you.
oh no, and then
Don't censor yourself, bitch. Come on.
yeah. So then, like, I came first, and I came far.
I came first and
I came far to get to deep, and
Hey, my sore, I cummed over everything.
and it landed.
I came, I saw, I conquered.
Yeah. And it went as far as to land on their face. At which point they stop, look at me, fuck off. I laughed so hard.
Right, thank you for that topic. We've all brought up things that we probably didn't want to on air.
You're welcome.
Oh, I've been waiting to talk about sex. Hopefully there'll be more coming up.
That's why I put the topic in, because I just wanted to get that. Yeah, I wanted to get that game of sex formations out on the air.
This next clip was completely accidental. It's nothing to do with the topic whatsoever. But
Wow. If you're going to sum up in the best of Pot Topic podcast in one sentence, is that it's got nothing to do with the topic.
no,
But
we'd only just got past the intro by this point. So
well, this clip is 2 minutes into that issue.
Yeah?
Issue 4, I believe.
issue 6, my love.
Issue 6, fuck you. Damn.
So basically, it's a simple back and forth, pushing ourselves further and further down the non-politically correct rabbit hole of fake porn.
Porn we made up in our minds.
Yeah. If you've got any more entries for the stationary porn genre, please do email them in. But here you go. Here's the starter.
Mr. W.H. Smith, please let us know what you get up to in your own personal time. And I'd also like to apologise for Alex's addition to this topic.
It's a little bit on the edge there.
Enjoy?
Question mark?
I just got topicked in the face. Tom just.
By your own brother.
Just threw a topic right in my nose.
Money shots.
I don't want to play anymore.
Incest stationary porn 6.
Paper cuts are us.
It's the kinky one.
Oh, that's the kinky one. That's the weird one.
Twang My Ruler 3 was not that good. So.
Unfortunately, Hole Puncher 5 was really out of order. It was not alright.
I was always a fan of compass cunts, personally.
I mean, lever up file, you're a racist.
You've not seen anything until you've seen my favourite special interest film, which is called Cerebral Palsy Bukkake Showdown 4.
Oh my god!
Taking it from the top. Welcome to the podcast.
Seriously, I've forgotten again. Episode or issue?
Issue.
Fuck's sake.
Imagine the one that doesn't describe what it is.
Yeah, okay, issue.
So it's newspaper issues or magazine issues.
Something that could be visual.
Printed medium.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Just being awkward. Nice.
Bloopers.
In issue 8, there's a good example of Andy's great storytelling skills, as well as advertising one of our favourite bands, Black Sun Empire.
Yeah.
As well as advertising one of our favourite YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So here is our take on musical genres, ending in the best musical genre that we accidentally found on purpose.
Oh, Chill Out Speak Core. There we go.
Chill Out Speak Core.
Very simple.
Hell yeah. And a little extra nugget in there. This is a clip with Kel sneezing.
Oh, no, actually, no, listeners, bear with me, because this is actually my favourite moment in podcast history ever, is Kel sneezing on a mic. Finally. Finally, I have a record
for you guys. Here you go.
Enjoy. This is one from me, actually. Music genres and their dumbass names.
Oh, I love a good subgenre.
Neurofunk is one of my favourite subgenres of drum and bass.
You know what? Same here. What the fuck is it?
Andy's
dumbest name ever.
Andy's got the kenning of this. He's got the perfect story.
Like, Neurofunk. Neurofunk came into my knowledge when we were all going to go see Black Sun Empire at Cable.
The kings of Neurofunk.
Holler Cable. But, like, I'd never seen Black Sun Empire. I'd never really listened to them. I didn't know much about them. So I Wikipedia'd them. And Wikipedia informed me that Black Sun Empire were Neurofunk. And I was just like, cool. Wonder what that is. So I looked up Neurofunk. And the internet, in all its glory, informed me that Neurofunk was the fun-free, non-drop orientated version of tech step. And I was just like, wicked.
That's so descriptive. I know exactly what you mean.
So, but I've got to have I've got to have the flagstone, the waypoint of tech step to know what that means.
This sounds like the worst to take down Wikipedia ever. Just jumping, to jump.
I need to know what tech step is. To work out what Neurofunk is.
To appreciate
who
Black Sun Empire
I've got a map of what Neurofunk is. It's the fun-free, non-drop orientated version of this. I don't know what tech step is, so I need to know the start point. So I looked up tech step and it said it was an offshoot of drum and bass from 1982. I was just like, wicked.
So descriptive.
However, Black Sun Empire, fucking sick. Wicked
My favourite guys to go and see. They're amazing.
So I love a good subgenre. Like music genres, nothing in music truly properly. Sorry, what was that?
Sorry, that was the noise of Kel sneezing.
New genre on the loose. Catch it quick.
It's called the cold.
I love it. I mean, music never dies. So as soon as a genre appears, it'll be there.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
There'll be something that you can attach to it. So I don't know, but like the most newest genre that I'm probably outdated in this because I don't pay attention to shit. But like trap, where did trap come from?
Trap came from drum and bass, and dubstep.
I'm sorry. Jason needs the mic.
Jason
needs the mic.
DJ Slowback in the house.
It came from Atlanta hip hop, but yeah, it's kind of almost people listen to a lot of dubstep. They went, oh yeah, Atlanta hip hop's kind of got a similar bass heavy thing. Let's just strip out all of the hip hop elements and just leave the bass, and that's kind of where you get trap from.
Hooray! But why is it called trap? Why is it called trap?
It's a trap.
Oh, it's a trap!
Admiral Akbar sort of situation, okay.
Okay, cool.
So, metal has the best subgenres. Like, there's fucking...
corkers.
Crabcore, tech...
Wait,
death.
crabcore?
Crabcore. Have you never seen
crabcore?
It's basically hardcore, post-hardcore music where the guitarists basically take a crab pose whilst playing the guitar. That is basically it. Then you also have things like digital hardcore, which is my favourite subgenre of all of them, because it sounds like noise plus guitars plus death metal.
Yeah. It's basically just people hitting the cunt button on their oscillators.
Let's just hit everything and tweak it and glitch it. Metal has some beautiful ones, though. There's like... What would you describe Destrage as?
Oh, probably math is in there somewhere, like math, metal, mathcore.
Progressive,
like
polyrhythmic,
but
metal, psychedelic,
No.
It is psychedelic.
I don't. No, it's not psychedelic.
They're far too middle of the road.
The Strage are not middle of the roads. This is kind of getting off topic. Doesn't matter.
I get really confused by the genres, let alone the subgenres. Then I get confused by most things.
This is what really annoys me. I hate the fact we have to categorise absolutely everything, but I find myself listening to music and categorising everything.
This is obviously acid folk hop.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I
like,
want acid or folk. God, that sounds amazing.
this is
I can provide you with
80s
some acid
industrial.
folk.
This is early 80s industrial.
Where's
Not
the hop? I want the
not
hop.
hop. I can do acid
It's
folk.
played
not
by
hop.
bunny rabbits. There's the hop.
Let's just put it this way: subgenres,
Rule.
they need to exist because you need to be
they're
able to
so
define the
awesome.
music, but they are ridiculous.
No, but the thing about electronic music that I always found when I started to get really interested in it was just like, oh, brilliant! I love all this music. It's got all these sort of bass genres. It's got all these subgenres. I start talking about it. I've got artists named ridiculous things, doing ridiculous remixes of ridiculously named songs in ridiculous subgenres. To tell someone about a song, I've got a paragraph, and none of it means anything.
It's absolute bullshit.
But I love it. It's so much fun.
No, there's a certain. I suppose there is a certain importance to the classification upon reclassification and whatnot. But at a certain point, you'll hear something. It's like, well, you've just said you're this genre just to make yourself a bit more of a special snowflake. And it's just
It's like the
fuck off,
subgenre.
you don't need your own genre.
The subgenre of
Die in a fire.
glitch step. So glitch step is industrial music that uses predominantly glitched out samples whilst trying to do glitch hop, which is a subgenre of drum and bass and dubstep, which it's such a fucking mind-meldy, wanky pile of bullshit.
But I mean, it all follows the same thing as music's always done. Is someone's done this thing, so someone kind of has a play with that and kind of makes it their own thing, and that kind of propagates. And before there were just two forms of music. There was basically the high music and the folk music. Only
now,
at this point, we're more individualist, so it's now more important to make a stamp somewhere.
and we have more access to different types of music.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I did like. I remember when I first realised that I liked subgenres so much. I did a search for chill out speedcore.
Oh, the best YouTube search you can ever do.
And
Can you please put a hyperlink on this podcast? To that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Show notes will have a hyperlink to the best.
to the best sort of like. Well, it's what I found.
DDR
initially
video.
when I searched chill out speedcore, and it's the screenshot of a playthrough of like a Dance Dance Revolution style game.
Yeah.
But it's them playing to speedcore. It's amazing. Listen to it, watch it. I have had many fun hours playing that video.
My favourite clip of our entire podcast history. I've already explained to Beth what I'm going to say. So, is Taron talking about his most funny party moment. It is from issue, let me have a look, issue 24. And the reason why I love it is it's utterly crude. They're my favourite moments on this podcast, is when we're being not intelligent, because that never happens, not articulate, because that never happens, not profound, because that never happens. It's when we're being dickheads and talking bum and farts.
And it's normally when I have to listen to the podcast pre-edit and I say to Tom, are you sure you want to share that? Are you sure? And he's so brutal with it. He just does. Just lets it out there. It's
a little bit of inside baseball there. Is I'm the one saying I'm not cutting anything, and Beth's going, we need to censor ourselves a little bit.
Yeah. The internet exists, dude.
Fuck that. I'm a legal drug dealer. What do I care?
What?
I work in a pub.
Oh, fair.
So yeah, I love this clip because it's so disgusting. It's Taran talking about shoving shit up his ass. What is better than that? And the fact that his girlfriend Heather is there in the room, and the fact the story is about her and trying to make her happy. Amazing.
How would you title this clip?
Well, I title it the way Taran titles it. Was wearing butt plug. It also contains one of my favourite lines, which just listen out for Taran's artist's interpretation of this story and the look on Heather's face. And it also makes me admit something in my personal life that I wish I hadn't put out there, but I'm so glad and happy that I did because it's fucking funny.
New York, New York, you've put it out there twice. So good. You put it out there twice.
Fuck it. Let's do this. Was wearing butt plug. Taz, I know yours.
What's mine?
Taz pissed himself.
No.
Outrageous.
No.
Commonplace.
Because
there's downstairs.
No. There's another one that I...
He didn't piss down the stairs.
Don't explain it. This is the point.
Sorry, that was my fault, wasn't it?
Go on.
There was another one.
Go on.
And it was one that no one, apart from Wenchi, towards the end became privy to. But during party, 3 words... Was wearing butt plug.
Another sentence to add to the funniest moments list. Has more a butt plug.
Well, so my thinking was it'd be really funny.
You're not wrong.
No explanations.
You ain't fucking wrong, mate.
Like the thinking was like, well, do you know what? Like they're all crying about. I'm gonna pop this in because it's a small thing. It's designed for man. It's gonna go in like with no problems whatsoever. Of course, I keep lots of lube around.
You obviously have never suffered from hemorrhoids.
Of course, I keep lots of lube around.
Have you been in his room? Heather? Look up here again. I'm so sorry, Pudding.
But the theory was just like, well, I'll pop this in, and then like at the opportune moments, I'll go. Hey,
opportune moment for a butt plug.
Hey, Heather, check this out. Isn't this funny? However, Heather had come back in a really foul mood, so we continued. Like the party went on for hours. It went on for hours, and I was sitting there with a bit of silicone inside me.
Please tell me it vibrated.
I love the fact you're not supposed to be explaining it, but this is so worth it.
Mate, if you're going to tell a story, you've got to explain it. Now, I was sitting there for hours, like the whole time, just like joining in, having it up, having a drink, you know, kind of just doing the party thing. And just like the whole time going, yeah, I've got a bit of silicone inside me. This is going to be really funny. And like, at some point, Heather disappeared upstairs, and like I knew she was in a bad mood, but I was too drunk to care. And I thought, do you know what? This will make her laugh. This will this will absolutely cheer her up. So I went upstairs and she's like, baby, stick your hand down the back of my pants. So I had to guide her towards it.
No explanation.
And she's like, oh, what's that? It's like, I'm wearing a butt plug. And the look on her face, just like the deadpan look. It was just...
Am I supposed to be impressed?
I've had bigger than that.
Oh my god.
Mate, like if an artist was going to do a picture titled, Are You Fucking Shitting Me?
If this doesn't sell your book, I don't know what will.
I'm physically not shitting you. I've got a blockage in the way.
Like, it was...
Oh my god.
Probably one of the most outrageous things I've ever done.
Fucking funniest moments on a podcast. Thank you very much. Oh my god.
You're welcome.
So, Taran, are you wearing anything tonight?
No.
Externally or internally?
He sounds so upset with the fact he's not wearing anything tonight. Come on, mate, bend over.
Did you know what?
I'll cure those fucking hiccups. Come on.
Digital rectal massage. Yeah.
Digital?
Yeah, finger, dear.
Oh.
We both wiggled the finger at her.
Yeah, I don't want either of you to do that to me ever again.
You're right, sis, finger.
Yeah, I mean, like, I would, but there comes a point where if you're going to put things up your bum, you've got to be relatively secure in the fact that it's not going to get too messy.
Yeah, believe me, I've learned that lesson the hard way.
Oh, you have!
Preaching to the choir?
No, not my bum.
Shot everywhere in a park.
And
You had your own version of that scene from Zack and Miri,
so I
didn't
just
you?
do the story very quickly
Yes,
in
go
very
for
few
it.
sentences.
Absolutely.
I love this no
Experimenting.
explanation.
Experimenting with a girl, anal beads, pull them out. Don't sit right behind the arse when you do that, guys, because you get a face full of smelly poo.
Bitch frothed him like a...
No, I got nothing on me, thank God, but the smell made me gag. I actually made the noise that did. Threw them down, well, no, actually, I put them down on the floor on a tissue. And then carried on with what we were doing. And then the cat started sniffing around it. Beth, do you want to make this story even funnier? It was in your bed, mate.
It wasn't me, listeners. It wasn't me.
No, it wasn't. No. Bro,
I have a topic from Captain Sickbeard.
Hello!
You're right, Dom.
You're right, Dom.
You're all right, every other listener out there. Are you out there? I don't know.
Yeah, hello everyone else.
Hello. This is the Captain Sickbeard special.
Like we can rest assured that Dom doesn't download the podcast that many times. So there are others out there. So hello.
Do we know that? Do we know that for sure?
Lovely to meet you.
Sophie does. Sophie's waving. Sophie, give us a yelp. That'll do.
What? Yeah, go for it, Dan. What you got?
Captain Sickbeard says, "I'm doing fine, Tom. How are you?"
Well, I'm all right, but
Tom, the correct
I could be
response
better
to that.
knowing how you're doing because you never actually sent me an email back telling me. I've asked you this many fucking times how you're doing. Do you have the courtesy to return it? No, you fucking don't. Apart from now. How many fucking months has it been? We're coming up to a year now. 15th of January, that's going to be a fucking year. You rude cunt.
For fuck's sake, it sounds like, oh, hello, there I am. Oh, no, I'm mentioned on a podcast. How good is that? No, this is a cry for companionship, Dom. What the hell are you doing?
I'm lonely.
No.
Tell Tom how you're doing, sir.
Do we know that Dom, or Captain Sickbeard, is not a figment of Tom's imagination?
Well, see,
and that
told
every
me about
topic that comes in is
met
not
him.
just actually Tom. He's never met Captain Sickbeard. He's
going
never
home.
met him.
I'm going home, going to pottopicpodcast.com, clicking on the submit topic button, and then putting through topics to myself.
This is the podcast. This is the podcast version of when you write out a message to somebody going, "Hello, how are you? I wonder how your day has been. Maybe you've been up to something. I'll mention you in every podcast." And then you just see those three little dots for ages,
Tom.
and ages, and ages, and then eventually it responds with, "I'm all right. How are you?"
Tom, this is an intervention.
Well, no, let's dissect this.
You're
very
right, Tom.
quickly.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Now,
How are you, Tom? I'm fine.
he's rocking in his seat. Now, I mean,
It's all a vanity project.
let's explore this rabbit hole a little bit because we're working on the assumption that Captain Sickbeard is Dominic Kelly. He's a guy I've worked. He's a mate. I've worked with him.
know it's him.
Many times. No. I mean, I've worked with him. I know the reason. In fact, I even said the first time we dealt with the name Captain Sickbeard, I told the story of why he's called.
No, you told the story of Captain Sickbeard, didn't know who the question was from, and then the next episode realised it was from the guy you described throwing up in his own beard.
I didn't, Tom, I didn't say I immediately recognised it. I just told the
week
story
later.
of how Captain Sickbeard got his name without connecting the dots.
I'm not letting you get away with that.
I've not actually seen Dom that much. However, I've seen.
So you don't
Tim.
know if he's doing all right.
I've seen Tim, who is the electronics man from Oranga Fruit, and also brother-in-law. And he told me that Dom, was talking about the podcast to him, and that he'd also have a listen. And that's how we got Oranga Fruit involved. So if Dom is not Captain Sickbeard, what we've got on our hands
Tyler.
Conspiracy. We've got a news conspiracy.
No, what we've got here is Fight Club 2. Where one man tries to bring down society with podcasting, believing himself to be all important because he runs a podcast. That's actually pretty accurate.
I see something.
This is my universe.
You heard the title.
I'm God, I'm turning down the volume whenever I'm...
So I see, Tom. You heard the title.
Sound test for nothing.
You heard the name. you heard the name and show
Turned down
title.
for what?
Stop podcasting yourself, and you thought no.
I'm not giving those maximum fun buggers any money. All right,
fair dues.
Fuck them.
I think we're swapping beers.
So I hope that helps, Dom.
As someone who came from the West Country originally, can you please say faucet in a proper Bristolian accent?
Forcep.
Wicked!
So, thank you very much for listening, everyone out there. Hope you made it through.
You.
Oh, Adam!
So please share this with a friend. Tell them you like
do you need
it.
some music, Tom?
Oh, actually, yeah. Let's have some backing music.
Would you care for the Cantina music?
Oh, definitely.
Done by a chicken.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, guys, just bring it down a little. Share and tell a friend. God's sake. Visit our website, pottopicpodcast.com. Sign up to the newsletter. This is so hard. Fucking stop shouting!
We're not shouting, we're singing.
Fucking.
Let me express my whimsy glad.
Podcast's never going to end.
It's throbbing.
Okay. Well, carry on, Tom. We'll do it in a whisper.
Okay. Follow us on Twitter at pottopicpodcast.com. Search Pot Topic Podcast on Facebook and Tumblr. Instagram community pictures, just hashtag Pot Topic Podcast. They'll appear on our website wall, which you can view at pottopicpodcast.com. Send us emails telling us to shut the fuck up at emails@pottopicpodcast.com. Make sure to rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Like the video on YouTube and fuck SoundCloud because I'm not paying for that shit. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We love you lots.
Good night, all.
Oh, fuck my editing. Bye. Music used in this episode was Meatball Parade by Kevin MacLeod from Compotech.com. It's licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. Please see the MP3 comment tag or show notes on pottopicpodcast.com for more information.
Of course, there is the one true conspiracy.
Which is?
The Kawaii Illuminati.
Oh, Kawaii Illuminati, how could I forget?
Motherfucking Kawaii
Japan
Illuminati.
is after you people. Wake up, sheeple.
You need to start paying attention. Oh, so here's the thing about the Kawaii Illuminati, right? Here are the 3 facts you need to be aware of. Right? One, nobody suspects adorable little Japanese girls.
2,
they're everywhere. They're everywhere in media. They're like, you always see tourists that are always adorable little Japanese, but they are fucking everywhere.
3,
everybody loves them.
Everyone loves a little Japanese girl.
Now, look at the state of the world.
People.
Look at the state of the world, people, and wake up. Look at what's happening. There is huge global unrest. The economies are falling. It has all been engineered by adorable little Japanese girls. They're trying to whip us into a state of absolute hatred so that when they come through with the love and the kawaii, we will greet them with open arms and we will be their little bitches. You need to trace the money, connect the dots, and follow the big adorable eyes because they're sure as fuck following you.
That's the reason why Rage Against the Machine stopped performing live, is because Baby Metal came up, literally went, peace sign, namaste, and they folded. They gave up the fight.
So, yeah, watch out for that.
Oh, fuck.
Tired
now.
So if you do happen to bump into an adorable little Japanese girl,
punch her in the face.
Make,
Nudge that.
just start buying your crowbars.
No, we should know by now that, like, Stinger missiles are no match for a 13-year-old Japanese girl in knee-high socks making a Super Mario victory sign going, hi!
No, absolutely not. I can dodge a Stinger missile.
Look.
If I see an adorable little Japanese girl do the piece, I go,
I'm running towards it.
I'm melting. Yeah. That's the one true conspiracy.
Fuck.
Kawaii Illuminati confirmed.
Shall we send it to Mythbusters?
They won't be able to bust it.
No, exactly.
Because it's true. You can't disprove it, so it's true.
Exactly.
I'd like to watch them try and bust it.
Standing a small Japanese girl in the middle of a bomb area and just click a button, reveals from a blind curtain,
That's
just
every scary
raises the
movie
curtain.
ever, isn't it?
And just a ripple of shockwave.
In fact, I might even go so far as to say that adorable little Japanese, not even just Japanese, adorable little Asian girls have probably created all the other conspiracies to create like a season of distrust.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
So that when they come along, we know we can trust them because they're so lovely. Oh, please,
campaign of misinformation.
Let me live in your kawaii world. Let me feel so cuddly, and I will be your slave, and you can rule us. I'm watching you.
No,
I'm watching you.
This is the problem. As much as I want to fight the cute little Asian girls, I will give up every time.
Oh, mate, I'm knees deep. I don't give a shit.
I'll be knee deep in a Japanese girl. Believe me when the time comes.
ちゃんすぐいいですかっこいいバットママ買ったりこんにちはあーよおにぎりメカニャンハズバンドワイフお兄ちゃんメイド魔法少女はじめましてさよなら
November 22nd. It was an alright day at school today. There was some weird stuff on the news, but I wasn't really paying attention. Went off to school. Mr. Michelson was a dick again. And Eddie, he won't accept responsibility for putting me in the friend zone with Laurie, but it's alright, we're still mates. I finally went to Coach Edison about the weird hair in the places. And, well, this is what he said.
Yeah.
Dear Diary, I suppose the big news is that Dad's back, but he's a little funny after his tour abroad. Mum assures me that it'll all be fine. He'll get back to normal soon enough. But other than that, I mean, it was just a normal day at school. Went to geography. Mr. Clarkson was a bit of a. Do you know what? I've forgotten, Diary. I've just forgotten. We've got a new student, a little girl called Ryoko. I haven't spoken to her yet. She's very pretty. But I might. I mean, she seems to smile and do peace signs a lot. But I'll get round to talk to her. I'm sure. I didn't quite get up the nerve, but I spoke to Jimmy, and Jimmy had this to say about her.
Yeah.
Dear Diary, today was a bad day. It was all going well until PE. We were playing football, and although I was in one of the defensive positions, I managed to get up front and score a goal, and that was really cool. And then I tried my luck again, and I kicked the ball a little too hard, and it went wide straight into Ricky Jamieson's face, and he got really angry. I think he's going to try and beat me up. The ref had to stop him for a second, as it looked like it was going to go really bad. And he sat us both down, and he said,
Yeah.
Dear Diary, so the good news is that Ricky Jameson didn't punch me, but Dad did a lot. We were just watching the news, and something came on about Syria, and he just lost it. And once he was done with me, he had to be taken away. Mum was crying, and she tried her best to explain it to me. And she put it like this.
Yeah.
Dear Diary, Ricky punched me. But it's not that bad. It's not that bad. He waited till all the other bruises went down, and he waited till we were all alone, and then he said, "Oh, this is for the football," and he punched me right in the face, and I fell down. But it's not that bad, because we weren't all alone. Someone was there. The new girl, Ryoko, she was there, and she came over, and she sort of smiled and cocked her head and winked at me and did a little peace sign, and I don't know, I just felt so much better. I think she's going to be my new best friend. I really do. So we started hanging out a lot more, and my other friends are getting a bit funny about it. It's fine, just come hang out with her. She's wonderful. And what they said is, Dear Diary, life's just so good now. Ryoko's she's just the best. She's introduced me to this stuff called anime, and the characters they run with their hands behind their back. They have such fantastic hairstyles, and they say just the coolest things. They do amazing moves, and then there's this. I can't remember her name, but there was this pop star that's a hologram. I couldn't believe it. And she's just so fantastic with her wonderful little dog, her little Pomeranian Pan. Oh, it's just so wonderful. Well, yes, quite enough of that. Now, you see, one and all, this is exactly how they get you. I believe we've all gone through quite enough now. We've seen it point by point, and we all know how they work their fiendish little ways into our lives. On to the next lesson. But the fact of the matter is, he is constantly turning his head to one side and refuses to take the Domokun bow tie off his cock. Of course, this is all complete hearsay. A lot of it is conjecture, but if the threat is real, ladies and gentlemen, it is something we need to take seriously, and it's something we need to take seriously now. It's going to be very difficult getting this past the higher-ups, but it's going to be well worth our while. Now, something in our armory, we recently downloaded Hatsune Miku, that's the holographic pop star, downloaded one of her concerts, and when you played it backwards and transcribed it into binary, it sounded an awful lot like... So once again, members of the House, I urge you reconsider all the evidence you've heard here and heard before. This is a very serious and pressing issue. I'd like to put aside for a second all notions that this may be some sort of racially motivated movement. This is not. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, I cannot stress enough how serious a threat to our very well-being, our very way of life, that this clear and present danger poses. Can I finish? Please, ladies and gentlemen, can I finish? I was going to say... They all laughed at us. And they said, why you got them guns, boy? You don't need them guns. Government ain't gonna come and take your guns. Government ain't gonna come and take you over. They may have been right about the government, boys. They may have been right about the government, but it's them adorable sub-bitches. Them adorable sub-bitches come and take us over. But we got our rifles, we got our assault rifles, we got our grenades, we got our rocket launchers. And we's gonna take them out. When you see the whites, their adorable little eyes, boys, you shoot to kill. And you shoot until they make a noise like... And that's the thing about them cute little a-holes. You turn an AR-16 on them, and they're just as ugly inside as anyone else. Oh, what's that? Boys, get your guns! Get your guns!
Is anyone out there? Don't trust Siegfried. God is the savior. Anata Hakui. Pod topic podcast. Pod topic podcast.
Can you hear me? Do you receive our broadcast? We've heard every one of yours. We're running out of time. I need to know if you can hear us. Pot Topic, are you there? Come through, Pot Topic. Pot Topic, we're running out of time. They're close to the gates. Pot Topic.